Are you nervous?
Not my friend.
Finish your egg. Title. I want to be a different kind of vibe in this video than her.
Oh yeah. Hello.
What up?
This is
Amelia von Spreckelson.
yeah. She's Amelia von Speckerson. She's
Close. Not quite, but almost.
and just for your information, her surname is German.
That is right.
Yeah.
I hail from Germany.
That has nothing to do with what we're gonna talk about today, and we're gonna talk about her experience on ketogenic diet. And I promote ketogenic diet ever since I started my channel, and I'm still on it. So she actually experienced a lot of good things about it.
I did.
So can you explain?
Yes. So I have always struggled with my weight. And I was always kind of doing diets, but I always was really bad with them. I would just break them within a week. I was talking to this random girl at TJ Maxx, and she was telling me she lost all this weight and she didn't even go to the gym. And so of course that piqued my interest because I hate the gym. And I was like, oh, well, if you can do it, I can do it. And so she was saying it was the keto diet. And I had heard about it on Facebook or whatever, but I thought it was just like some old lady fad. I thought it was just, not sustainable or anything. And so when I went back to the States, I did more research on it, saw that it was majority of the things I already ate a lot of, which is like meat and cheese and proteins. So for me, it was like, okay, like I'll try it out and see how it goes.
So how was it like after you tried?
At first it was difficult because I also don't like to cook. And so it required me to do a lot more meal preparation, really watching when I was eating. So I think in the beginning it was difficult to adjust. But once I got like my 5 meals that I knew how to make, especially when it came to like the dessert part of it, I think like adjusting your sweet tooth was really difficult, but I've always been more of a savory person. So like I could, go without sugar. Like a lot of people would have a struggle with that. But for me, it was more just adjusting my body. And like over time, I think I was starting to eat less as well. So the keto diet worked for me in the beginning. And then I just got better at it as time went on.
So can you tell them like how much you lost and all the kind?
So when I first started the keto diet, I think I was like 250 pounds. I don't know, you'd have to do the comparison, but I was like 250 pounds. And I was really, really wanting to drop below 200 pounds. So that's right there, like a pretty substantial weight loss. I was just really unhappy with myself. Like because I had always struggled with my weight, it wasn't something that I ever thought I would be able to attain. But over time, I slowly saw my body start to change drastically. It was almost a full year, a little bit past a year. And I had lost like 65 pounds. So I think that's like 35 kilograms, whatever that is. It was a substantial amount of weight that I lost. And I didn't really go to the gym. I did have a gym membership back in the States. But I had a more active job that I was doing. So I was like hauling furniture. I was walking a lot of stairs. I was like definitely keeping my weight off because the job helped with that.
Compared to just normal calorie
Restriction
diet, like what's a good thing about ketogenic diet?
I think I saw results so rapidly that I was like, okay, there's something to this diet. Like there's a reason why everyone's, saying great things. And in the past, I've definitely tried to do restriction. So I've definitely tried to do 1,000 calories, like even 800 calories, like ridiculously low where it was not sustainable and I felt weak. Where with my job I was doing, I'm burning calories because it's an all-day active job. And so if I was only doing 800 calories, that was very unhealthy. And so with keto, I was able to understand like, okay, if I have no carbs, I'm not only burning the fat off, I'm also burning the fat I have on me. So the fat calories I consume would go, and then it would start to ramp up my actual fat burning of my, like already that fat I had on my body. So it wasn't like I felt restricted. It kind of felt like I was cheating because like I was eating all these really fatty foods, and yet I was still seeing a lot of like the fat melting off. So yeah, it was really good.
So did you track your calories intake and the macros and stuff?
I counted calories, or I was trying to restrict my calories. So like I didn't obviously want to just consume 5,000 calories. That was not the goal, because I think as much as they say, it shouldn't matter, calories shouldn't matter on keto, I don't see how that's possible when you're trying to lose weight to not count calories, because what weight is your body burning calories. So like it just still didn't make sense to me. So I tried to keep my calorie count about 1,600 to 1,800, which was very sustainable. But I never did macros, micros.
I don't do macros. They're not important. Learn from me. You don't need to count macros.
I was never hardcore keto when it came to like downloading an app, plugging all my stuff in because I'm just too lazy for that. And like I kind of knew exactly like what I could and couldn't eat, and I would stop eating as soon as I felt hungry or full. So I eat when I'm hungry and I stop when I'm full.
But you said you consume like 1600 to 1800, is it correct?
Yeah.
But fat is just in general very calorie dense food. So I'm pretty sure if you only eat like 16 to 800 calories per day, then I think the amount wise, it's not gonna be satiating though.
It was satiating in the fact that I was having like, so I would start my morning with a shake. Like it was like a protein shake. So that's majority of just protein. There's not a lot of fat. That would sustain me until I had like my lunch. And so for lunch, I would have like some sort of meat, some sort of cheese, some sort of nuts, seaweed typically. Like I would just have more snacky stuff, especially with my job. And then at dinner time, it was like when I would go hard. So for dinner, I would have like eggs and I would have cheese and I would have meat and I would have some sort of like vegetable inside. So I guess I was maybe hungry, but I was adjusting my body to the hunger where I wasn't hungry by that time. And so I didn't feel like it wasn't sustainable. I felt like it was sustainable. And I felt like I did eat when I was hungry and I stopped when I was full, even if it seems low.
A lot of people actually combine keto and intermittent fasting. Did you actually do intermittent fasting as well?
I tried it. I wasn't super strong about like, oh, it's 7 o'clock. I can't stop eating. Like if I came home and it was a really long day and I hadn't had dinner, I'm going to eat. Like I'm not just going to restrict myself because of the time. But I think I did try my best to do intermittent fasting, but I never saw that intermittent fasting was what was working. I saw keto was working because it was the biggest change. But maybe it went hand in hand. I don't know.
Then are you willing to do ketogenic diet for the rest of your life?
So I think ideally for me, I dropped down to a weight that I was comfortable at, but I think I could see that I could lose more. And so until I get back to the States, I'm not going to limit myself because it's just too difficult and it's too expensive in Korea. And so like I had my mom send me some keto things, which is really helpful, but like once I eat my keto stock, like I can't do what you do, which is like your eggs and your nuts and just like that's it. Like I have to have variety, and so if I can't get variety, it's just not worth me spending money to get there. So I think I do low carb, but not as low as I did with keto. Like I'm aware of what I eat here, but I'm also not afraid when I go out with friends to break my keto. Yeah.
But why do you think it didn't work when you do just normal calorie restriction diet?
Because I think when I was doing calorie restriction, I was prone to cheating faster. So like when I'm on keto, like I have like an end goal and like I have a restraint in a way of, I'm not just restraining my calories, I'm restraining my food. And so if I go over my calorie intake, I don't feel bad. But my mind is very black and white on when I was just doing calorie restriction. Let's say I was really hungry one day and I ate over what my calorie limit was. I would be like, okay, well, this whole week I can just like eat like crap because I already broke a day, and then I can jump back into the diet next week. Whereas with keto, there's a lot more wiggle room of, even though I'm breaking maybe my calorie restraint for the day, I'm not breaking my keto. So it continues on my pattern of doing keto, and I can just try my best the next day, if that makes sense.
That's exactly what I experienced. I mean, someday I binge eating. I mean, not a lot of times, but sometimes I do. But when I'm on keto, even though I eat a lot of food, but I don't feel like I gain like fat.
There's
like,
no
right
guilt
next
with
day.
it.
Yeah, there's no guilt
because you're
with it.
still on the diet, regardless.
More like science said, it's like since you don't really eat like enough of carbs, so the carbs, the remaining carbs in your bloodstream is not going to turn into like converted into a fat cell.
Yeah.
So even though you are a calorie surplus on that day, but you're not going to get any fat.
Right.
Yeah.
So for example, like if I am doing only calorie restriction and I restrict myself to 1,600 calories and I go to a family party, right? And there's like a piece of cake and I really want it, and I eat that cake. Already my calories are going up to like 4,000 calories that day, something crazy. So obviously for the day, all of that effort and all of that work is gone. Versus keto, if I'm eating keto and I go to a party and oh my goodness, there's some delicious bacon wrapped shrimp, right? Something like that. That's a high calorie food. So I might go over my caloric intake, but I'm still in keto. So I'm like, oh, I can do this. Like I can eat that and it's okay. Like it just makes more sense if you do the two together, but it's not a hindrance if you break one.
So basically it's more sustainable.
Yeah.
But would you recommend to your friends who are suffering from a weight loss journey?
Oh, I would 100% recommend, because I am the last person on earth that ever thought I could do a diet. Because I'm lazy and I don't like working out, and it's never worked in the past, and it's just my body shape has always been bigger. So for me, I always thought like there's never gonna be a diet that works. So with keto, seeing that I had results, I was shocked. And like, especially when people started to comment on my weight loss was shocking to me. And so I think if I can, of all people, can do the keto diet just for weight loss, I think anybody else can.
So any last comment that you want to give to them? But I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone's Korean. I'm pretty sure.
Hello, Korean audience.
I'm sure
Don't eat kimchi. Don't eat kimchi. Let's see. Don't have rice. Go to Korean barbecue, but watch out for marinated meats because the marination has sugar in it. The best thing I've gotten is an air fryer. Like making chicken all the time. You just pop it in your air fryer. That's really good. Go to Costco. Costco has like very specific things that are very Western. So here in Busan, we do have a Costco, and like you eat those bars all the time. There's like specific protein bars that are keto friendly. Bacon is really good. Just kind of cheese, anything that you can get. It might not be traditional Korean food, because I don't eat a lot of Korean food, to be honest, unless I go to barbecue, just because it is difficult for me to read ingredients and understand what I'm eating. But as long as you're trying really hard to do your vegetables and to do your meats and your cheeses, I think you'll be fine.
I think I just personally think like Korean foods are keto friendly.
You think?
Except for
The rice
yeah.
and the noodles. Okay.
And especially
The sauces, though.
Oh yeah, just don't eat sauce.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, as a foreigner, I think being in Korea, not speaking Korean, it's very difficult for me to go into a restaurant, like fix my menu order. But I think as a Korean, it would be much easier for you, because you're obviously Korean, you know what you're eating, to be like, oh yes, don't get this in there and don't put this in there and extra this, right? It's easy for you to change up your order.
But the thing that I was gonna say is that like even though you don't like bone broth,
I hate bone
pork
broth.
bone broth,
Oh yeah,
which is called 국밥.
국밥.
That's
Don't
the
don't
best.
like.
따끈한 국밥 든든하게 먹고 말지.
Don't like. Yeah, I think obviously like if you like it, you can totally eat that. I just don't happen to like it because I think it tastes like an old man's sock. But I don't know. Every single time I go out with my Korean friends, they're like, "Do you want to go get pork soup? Pork soup?" I'm like, "No, I don't want pork soup. Pork soup is gross." But I think yeah, you're right. I think there are some very traditional Korean foods that you can eat. I don't know what they are.
Then are you willing to try again?
Yes,
Okay, thanks.
you're welcome.
That's all for today.
That's all for today. How do you say it in Korean?
오늘은 여기까지.
Say it slower.
오늘은
오늘은
여기까지.
여기까지.
Okay.
오늘은 여기까지.
오늘은 여기까지.
오늘은 여기까지.
오늘은 여기까지.
So thanks for watching till the end, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any question, leave a comment down below.
That's right.